So Ohio State handled Minnesota yesterday 42-3. And I think the flyover thought is always going to be, well, Ohio State, yeah, they were 3-touchdown favorites. They should have handled Minnesota. No surprise there. It's not really a story, JD, is it? No, it's not really a story, but the story within that, I think, is what Julian Sayin did. I think a lot of people are going to miss this. If you're watching, though, good news, you're not going to be one of those people. So make sure you're subscribed if you're an Ohio State fan. If you're a college football sicko, make sure you're locked in here. College football, nothing but college football year round. Julian Sayin yesterday lit up the stat sheet. 23 of 27, not new for him. He's always been efficient throughout the course of this season, north of 78% on his completion percentage. 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. But it wasn't just the numbers, it was how it looked. Like Ohio State, for the first time, for my money at least, truly opened it up and said, okay, Julian, go ahead and cook a little bit here, brother. All right, you want to go ahead and turn it loose? All right, go ahead and get after it. And it wasn't just the fact they connected on those. It was how sure of himself he looked. We said this before during the offseason. Julian Sayin, by nature of him being at Ohio State, has a tremendous amount of belief in Julian Sayin. Nick Saban retires. Julian Sayin, I'm sure, could have gone any number of places. Could have gone back to the West Coast where he's from, I'm sure, and played for a number of schools. He goes, no. Where do they develop the best quarterbacks? Ohio State? Okay, I'm going to go there. I don't care who's in the room. I'm coming. Will y'all take me? Okay, let's roll. And he played that way yesterday. Like the way they dialed up the game plan for him, he was aggressive but not pressing. Something we haven't seen a lot of in college football from young quarterbacks to this point. You got the RPO with Carnell Tate. Rips it in the window. Not second-guessing, not double-clutching, rips it in the window. The touchdown pass to Jeremiah Smith in the corner. Tighter window, puts it on a dime. You got the deep shot down the field to Carnell Tate, which, pause really quick right there. That play in itself was set up because you had Jeremiah Smith in motion with a fake handoff around the end to him that took 4 guys with him, Carnell Tate downfield. Like, that's what this is all about here. Julian Sayin his progress means you can maximize what you have in the arsenal. Like, I don't personally own a Ferrari, but if I were to own a Ferrari, I don't own it to go drop the kids off at soccer practice. I own it to take it freaking 100+ miles on the highway, dude. That's why you have Jeremiah Smith out wide. That's why you have Carnell Tate out wide. You don't have those guys just to look nice on the roster and brag about recruiting rankings. You have them in your building because they can real deal take the top off of defense and challenge any secondary every single week that you're playing. So Julian Sayin, the task for you is get those guys the football. Not give them the football in quick game, not just over the middle of the intermediate stuff. That's all well and good. But like having those guys actually go break a defense on the back end, that's why you have them. That's what separates you from other college football teams. So for Julian Sayin to be efficient, but to actually cut it loose and look so good doing it, really excites me if I'm an Ohio State fan. Because we're moving into this part of the college football season now where you look down the barrel here for Ohio State. Barring something happening to you that happened to Penn State the other day, losing to UCLA, it is essentially 3-game season. You're at Illinois next week. Okay, I don't think it's a coincidence that Ohio State chose to give Julian Sayin more in the vertical passing game the week before they go play a team in Illinois that will match up better than anybody since, Texas in week 1 of the college football season? Like, that's not a coincidence. Penn State, November 1st. Make all the UCLA jokes you want. Penn State, they're going to have some desperation about themselves when they're rolling to Columbus. And then Michigan at the end of the season. Julian Sayin being at a place where you can actually maximize the vertical elements of this offense, that's how you get back to where you want to go. That's how you become a team that once you get to the college football playoff, you make people nervous. Julian Sayin being efficient, being the game manager, all those things, that's all well and good. And I think that that's a luxury to be able to do that with your first-year starting quarterback. But what makes him dangerous is what we saw yesterday against Minnesota. And them actually doing it, having proof of concept, having a little warm-up, that to me, showing that horsepower, is what would make me nervous if I have to play Ohio State the rest of the year. So, the score in itself, not really a story. Julian Sayin, though, and his numbers are a nice story. The way he looked with those numbers, cutting it loose, that to me is the story, and that's going to be something we track here going into next week where they go play Illinois. All right, so let me know your thoughts. Instagram, Twitter, at JD PicKell. Get at me on there. Let me know how you're feeling about this one if you're a Buckeye fan around day 1 Julian Sayin and what you saw from him cutting it loose. Cato on the 1s and 2s. Myself, JD PicKell. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.